A 17-year-old girl who had a long battle with various illnesses, was immunocompromised, died of COVID-19 after her mother took her to a COVID party where you had 100 other kids not wearing masks, not physically distancing, and she appeared to catch COVID-19 at that COVID party and later died. Now, as I'm going to show you her mother as well, into conspiracies, discussed QAnon as part of that insanity. But first, let me give you the top line here from Raw Story. Florida teen dies after conspiracy theorist mom takes her to church event and tries to treat her with Trump-approved drug. There's also that aspect of it, but I'm going to get to the full breakdown in a minute. This is the teen who died. A Florida mother allegedly took her high-risk teenage daughter to a youth group event at their church, tried treating the girl at home with unproven drugs when she got sick, drugs that Trump had recommended, and then hailed her as a patriot after she died. Carsyn Davis died June 23rd, 2 days after her 17th birthday, after she contracted the coronavirus, reported the news press. But former Florida data scientist Rebecca Jones detailed shocking claims in a medical examiner's report about her illness. So before I get to Rebecca Jones and her breakdown of the situation, I do want to show you the actual medical examiner report, which has a piece of information here that, for whatever reason, Raw Story didn't pick up on, but I think it's worth mentioning. So, reading here, the decedent's mother and father are a nurse and physician's assistant. Her mother and father, a nurse and physician's assistant. These are the conspiracy theorists that brought her to a COVID party. On June 10th, the decedent attended a church function with 100 other children. She did not wear a mask. Social distancing was not followed. So, of course, there's more details here, but a lot of it's broken down here by Rebecca Jones and her breakdown of this. So she writes here, so far rumors of contagion parties, similar to dangerous pox and measles parties, have been just that, rumors. But here's a story about a girl who actually died from one of those events. And every article written about her death is just Carson's mother talking about how patriotic her daughter was. Interview after interview with Carson's mother, who had as much to do with the girl's death, if not more, as the virus itself. And not one sentence about the absolutely terrible things she did to her own daughter. So here's the breakdown of what led up to this death. First, the large event at the church with more than 100 unmasked children. Then, the inappropriate prescription of an antibacterial drug. So she gave her a certain drug because her mother thought that she may have had a sinus infection. So she was given that antibacterial drug. Then refused to take her daughter to the doctor when she couldn't breathe, opting instead to put her on Carson's grandfather's oxygen machine. Then, and this may very well be the thing that killed her, somehow getting her hands on and forcing her daughter to take a drug so dangerous that clinical trials had to be stopped within weeks of starting. She's here talking about hydroxychloroquine. So hydroxychloroquine, an unproven drug for COVID-19. Apparently she gave that to her daughter, and it made things worse. But why? Why would someone be so reckless with their own child's life? Carol keeps a public Facebook profile that is filled with conspiracy theories about underground governmental networks and mind control. She's a devout follower of the alt-right terrorist and conspiracy group QAnon, and frequently reposts stories from other alt-right websites like The Federalist. She's an anti-vaxxer too. I'll read this as well. Not even 2 months before her daughter died, she posted this on Facebook. Quote, an international chorus of doctors and health experts urge people not to drink or inject disinfectant, common vaccine ingredients. And then she lists 2 things that are disinfectants, obviously meaning that, of course, you could put Lysol into your body. It amazes me, the people that have kids. Somebody this stupid. I'm amazed that her daughter even made it to the age of 17 when you have this kind of upbringing. Somebody this destructive, this dangerous, raising a child. Somebody who already immunocompromised, already survived disease. And you bring her to a COVID party with 100 kids not wearing masks, not physically distancing. She gets the virus. She's given drugs that don't work. She dies. This goes to the power of propaganda, of how far-right conspiracies, of how things like QAnon have brainwashed people to the point of killing their own children. I hope this is investigated, because if the details of this reporting is true, the mother has to be, and the father, they have to be implicated in this death. So hopefully this is looked into a little more. And again, assuming all of this is true, but according to the medical examiner's report, which I did read through, yeah, her mother gave her this stuff. Hydroxychloroquine's here. The antibacterial drug is also listed here somewhere. This one, azithromycin. And the fact that her mother and father are a nurse and physician's assistant, I mean, really blows me away. That people working in medicine can also be far-right conspiracy theorists.